Yo, what's going on today, my man?
What's good?
Oh, man. Welcome, everyone, to another BTN podcast, Breaking the Narrative podcast.
BTN.
For short, I am Tony,
I'm Teddy.
and today's topic is technically, it's Teddy. That's our topic for today.
Yeah, can't believe I agreed to this, man.
What? Why
Man.
not? You get a chance to brag, like a little soft brag.
Yeah, I don't like bragging, man. I don't like the bad attention that bragging brings.
I mean, technically it's not even a soft brag. It's just more like just a backstory. Like,
Yeah.
Get the people.
Y'all gonna get to know me today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know me.
Like long walks on the beach and like candlelit dates.
Roses and bubbles. Like this is welcome to paradise. It's like, nah, welcome to hell, y'all. Welcome to hell. Y'all asked for this.
No, bro. We're not doing that today.
Niggas might click off this joint at the end, be like, might be crying or something. I feel so sorry for him. He's been hurt. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we gonna be coolin'.
So they gonna have to do a whole. They gonna have to do a whole like R&B album after this and shit.
Yeah.
One of them old Keisha Coles where everything was a hurtful song.
Yeah. I did about 3 years ago. It was about 2018. I was talking to this female, and I guess I kind of fell in love with her, but obviously things didn't work out. So I did ended up making a project. It's called Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, never really released a full project. Just a bunch of videos from it. I couldn't just wrap myself around doing this because I had to get away from that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
It's definitely gotta hurt around that time. Like if you make a whole album about it, then that means it hurt.
yeah,
It hurt bad.
I was freestyling and everything. I never freestyled a day in my life for real. Freestyling songs and just you hurt. You just do stuff you didn't know you could do.
Man, what? Oh man, then channeled the like he channeled everything inside of him and shit.
Yeah, and just
Man went from regular Teddy to being King Los.
yeah. That's one variation of Teddy. I try to keep locked away. Toxic Teddy, I try, but he makes his way out. But hurt Teddy, man, that's go from looking like a big bear to like a little kid bear. Little cotton tears. Gotta try to keep him locked away, man.
No, bro. Oh man, wake up in the morning and do the Care Bear stare.
Yeah.
Poke his stomach out the window.
Yeah, it's like no, I wouldn't wish heartbreak on anybody, man. That's a different type of.
Oh, trust me, yeah. That's a lane you don't want to travel, boy.
Yeah, y'all can people that be bragging about getting their heart broken and stuff like that, or being single, and y'all can have that.
Yeah, y'all can definitely have that.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is another toxic situation to jump into because I feel bad about myself now.
Yeah.
Them niggas be different.
Yeah.
But back to the whole process. But technically, this is sort of like it was sort of like a branch off, a really good one at that.
Yeah,
Got a little chance to see the darker portions of
there's a lot of darkness, man.
the co-host.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot of light too, though.
It is. It's a heck of a lot of light.
It's a good balance.
I mean, we've definitely covered a heck of a lot of that on air and off air.
Yeah, that's facts.
So today we're actually going to be jumping into just his beginning, like how he started with a lot of the things that he does. And his biggest thing is his photography. So we're going to talk a heck of a lot about that.
He's lit.
I'm going to interview him technically. Yeah, it's sort of like a conversation, like normally, but
I don't think I've never been interviewed before outside of trying to get a job.
Well,
first time for everything, man.
We'll call you later. You're not dressed to put apart.
Yeah, I'm definitely not dressed for this today. Like,
nah.
And if we would have did this on Zoom, I'd be even more or less dressed for this today. Pause, y'all. But
Yeah,
I just had the shirt on and shit.
Man, should have dressed as like Teddy Samuels, man.
Shout out to Samuels, man. That's my man right there. Boy, we need about a good 4 or 5 more of him in those higher positions, and then we maybe can get these trains back on the tracks, man.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You think so?
I'm not sure.
All right, about two or three more. Yeah, 5, but that might be overkill. Then fellas will start being full of themselves. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's gonna be a bunch of trailing off, as y'all know.
Oh yeah. But if you've gotten this far in our podcast, like you should know. Like we mentioned this before. This should be considered as the ADD podcast.
Yeah.
Because we can't stay focused to save our lives.
Yeah. But everything is full circle. Everything is related. It's relatable. So
everything comes back around full circle. But today, I'm technically just gonna be interviewing them, and you guys are gonna learn something. I probably know about majority of it already, but I'm gonna learn something too.
Yeah, he's not gonna learn as much as y'all, but y'all gonna learn. Yeah.
And this is actually gonna be a 2-parter series, which technically
I'll be returning the favor in the next episode.
Pause. And
okay, I don't see what's pause about that, but okay, pause.
Yeah, because like I said, bro, just got finished writing a short erotica story, bro. Like my mind is in the gutter regardless.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Hold on, let me wet my whistle right quick.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the water. Make sure you're not parched. Yeah, yes. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
But all right, here we go with our first question.
I'm ready.
You don't seem like it, but all right. When did you first decide to do photography?
Oh, that's an easy one. That was in 2017. I want to say it was like January 2017. I was playing flag football, and we was practicing up at Burke, which is ironic, by the way, because we play like deep in Virginia. But yeah, we was practicing up at Burke. I don't know how that happened. I'm like the only person from around here on the team. A couple of people who live close by, but like in Suitland or Largo or something. But
that is rather odd.
Yeah, so I don't. And by the way, I was invited to this, so I didn't put it together or nothing. Let be like, yo, let's meet at Burke. I was just invited. So yeah, Ant. Yeah, tall Ant, Anthony Benjamin.
Yeah, Anthony Benjamin. Yeah.
He's the CEO of Benjamin Imaging, which is a dope name put together, by the way.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, that's good, right? Yeah, that's impressive.
I never knew that.
Benjamin Imaging.
Yeah, that's terrific. Kudos to him.
That's
if
excellent.
He's the one that came up with that. Kudos, sir.
Yeah. Ant, get ready because he gets a lot of praises for everything that photography wise from me. He gets a lot of what. Yeah. So he obviously he's on the team or whatever, and so how the practice was structured was like, we're breaking down by positions, skill positions, the receivers and the backs and cornerbacks, they're practicing over here, linemen and whatnot, we practicing over here, and then we would take breaks and kind of, just mingle in between, like taking breaks or whatever. Right. And while we were mingling, Ant would grab his camera and be taking pictures. And I had asked him, I said, how long you been doing this and that? And he's like, I've been doing it for. He's always been like taking pictures, cause it's like looking back on like some of our most iconic pictures. He took them, like when it's the memory of the one of me and Mel in the hallway, and I got the Stop Snitching shirt on. He took that picture. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it was a picture of. I don't know if he still has a copy, but it was a picture of like. We were like 30 deep.
Damn.
Over in the cut across from the gym.
Yeah.
We were like 30 deep over there. And he took a picture. And he was in the picture, so I think he set it up so, he knew about tripods and all that stuff back then.
Timers and all that shit.
Yeah, so shout out to him. But yeah, so I was asking him like how long you been doing it. And then he was giving me the breakdown and he was saying like it's a good outlet. work with a lot of females and this and that. So, me, I'm like, what kind of camera you got? He showed me he had a Canon. So that ended up being the first camera that I got. Not his exact one, but of the Canon family. You know what I'm saying? And so then, I asked him, like, if I get a camera, would it be possible for you to, like, kind of show me the basic ropes, and then I could just develop my own style and this and that. So, he, I also, I gave him the disclaimer because I know how, I'm like, if you don't want to, you don't have to, because I know how a lot of people, now this is my bro, but you still got to give the disclaimer, like, how a lot of people feel, like, when you want to start something that they're doing.
Yeah.
They might feel like you stepping on their toes. Mm-hmm. They might see you as competition and this and that. Now, like I said, he's my bro, so I don't, of course, I'm thinking he might say the right things, but, actions will always tell the story. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. And so he's like, nah, it's cool. I can show you whatever. It's enough out here for everybody and that. And I'm like, all right, cool. So
very humble.
Yeah. Like I said, real stand-up dude, man.
Yeah, I know him.
Right.
He's a real stand-up.
I mean,
dude.
not you, but the people.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
This for the people. Like, he's a really good dude.
Yeah. So, about a month go past. So it's about mid-February, maybe late February. I do my taxes or whatever, and I'm getting a nice little refund back. So I say, yo, I'm about to take half of this and go buy a camera. You know what I mean? So I didn't know what kind of camera to buy. I just knew I wanted a Canon camera. You know what I mean? So I kind of was Googling, doing some slight research, and ended up buying one that was like good for beginners. So this was like, I believe the T5. So I bought a Canon T5 and bought it. And then I showed up to like one of the practices. I was like, yeah, I got a camera, you know what I'm saying, this and that. He's like, yeah, I can, he showed me the basis on like how to use it and, take a picture and how to keep a steady hand and just like the ins and outs and the basic controls of the camera. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly how it should be for people who want to learn something. Like,
yeah. So I could tell by like his actions and his words that he was really genuine about showing me how to, how to learn how to do it and shit. And it wasn't no like hostility or nothing like that. So then I was like taking pictures, and I had set it up to where I could work with a model. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so that's what the shoot I did with Tasha Mika, and that's the famous, me getting heckled shoot. You know what I mean? So that was February 2017. So me and Tasha Mika did a shoot at our playground back there, and the playgrounds ran down. Not really colorful anymore. Just looks very run down for those who don't know where we are. You know what I mean? So, she's a model. She looks good. She's pretty, blah, blah, blah. So we're taking pictures. Now, mind you, I don't know anything about editing pictures. I don't know anything about, like, I just know the basic controls of the camera. I know how to focus. I know how to take pictures. I know how to record videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we do a shoot. And, I posted pictures on Facebook. Yeah, I just did my first photo shoot. And people are just like, yo, burn the camera. Like.
Damn.
Like,
damn.
Sell the camera. Like, take these pictures down. Like, Slim, you got to be better than that, Slim. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I got like a lot of people defending me and stuff like that. But I'm telling everybody, like, you ain't got like combat these people, because I get what they're saying. It's just that I'm new to it. Cause we live in like a microwave society right now, where it's like whenever you start something, you don't get the pleasure of like starting from the ground and building up. Niggas want you to come out the gates. Like, if I'm painting, I gotta come out the gate with a Van Gogh-esque painting. Mm-hmm. Picasso. I can't start off. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I felt like it was just that situation. So I understood that. So it wasn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you should have did this, you should have did that, and people telling me like sell the camera or let me get that John. I show you what to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's just real. That's real messed up for real. Like you don't even give a dude a chance.
Yeah, my literally like my first shoot, and that's like I never got that much engagement on the post before that, and I don't think I've gotten that much engagement on the post after that. And I've gotten some. I probably have gotten more engagement after that though, considering our comedy videos.
Yeah, and then shouts out to Tasha Mika for actually giving you the opportunity to.
Yeah, because I had to call her because I didn't want her to see that, and then people would be thinking they was talking about her. So I'm like, yo, it's you look good. It's not you. It's just I took bad pictures. You know what I'm saying? So, and then she was like, well, are you gonna delete them? And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna leave them up because this is gonna be like, I'm gonna want to always come back to look at this, which I do every so often. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even remember him, to be honest.
Yeah, see, man, this was really, it's like February 2017. Like, I'm gonna show you when we get off air. I can show you. I've never deleted it. It's still like in my photos, like whole album. Cause I had this like thing where I was like, I got this team of models I'm gonna be working with. I'm gonna call them Abe's Angels. You know what I'm saying? And this is who I'm gonna be shooting like majority of the time. You know what I'm saying? And then she was like the first one, and I did that shoot, and it was just like, damn. Maybe this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Yeah, you get a little bit discouraged, but then eventually you come out of it. Because it's really tough starting something and then having such negative feedback come from it. I mean, I've dealt with it too.
Yeah.
Hey, but you push forward and eventually you get better at it. And then after a while, people have nothing to say because you've done so much with so little.
Yeah.
And you're really just... You're building something on your own. You didn't ask for help really outside of Anthony.
Yeah.
You were pretty much just building on your own and learning.
Yeah. And, so I've gotten like a lot of help. Like as far as that goes, it's just that he was like a super integral part, like from start up until now. Like he's always been like an integral part and shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause like even when I can get to that in a little bit. I was like, even when he took a break from photography, it's like I still would be hitting him up, you know what I'm saying? And still would give him the disclaimer, like, whenever you feel like you want to get back into photography, let me know, and I'll be proudly to like put you on with people, shout you out, like I put them in my stories, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like anything that I do with photography, no matter how good I do, I feel like I owe him. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the gist of that. But no, so what happened was I did get discouraged. I didn't show it, but I was very discouraged. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up not even taking another picture for about 3-4 months.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why when we had this conversation, and I was like, nah, I did that first photo shoot with Tasha Mika in February, and I didn't take another picture till like maybe the summertime. You know what I'm saying? And just letting people get in my head that shouldn't have had no reason to be in my head.
Okay.
So over that period of time, I was going to work obviously with the family, obviously, and I had bought another camera. I bought a Canon 7D, and what changed for me was like the interaction I had with the people that I bought the camera from. So I told you this story a few times, but the people that don't know is I was on Craigslist looking for a Canon 7D. This wasn't a beginner camera. This was more of a professional camera, if you will, just rather old. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like in order to take better quick pictures, I wanted to get a camera with better quality. And I felt like a 7D had better quality and better like logistics than the T5. You know what I'm saying? Looking back on it, if I knew what I was doing with the T5, then I would have made that work. But I was just doing research, and I ended up getting a 7D. So I was talking to this lady on Craigslist, and she was saying that I could buy 7D, 2 lenses, battery, camera bag, and a strap, and she was gonna give it to me for $450. So the camera by itself was like $550 by itself.
Okay.
Me and you both know these can get pretty pricey.
Yeah.
And so you add in
Yeah.
you add in 2 lenses, and she's like, "Yo, $450." So I'm like, "Yo, I want to get that ASAP." She's like, "Yeah, I live on base, so you can make it to the Andrews Air Force Base." I said, "Yo, I live like 5 minutes away from Andrews Air Force Base. What day are you free?" She's like, "You know what I'm saying? We can link up tomorrow afternoon, this and that. Come to the little, you know how when you go on Andrews Air Force Base, they got that building that's like right there by the exit to the base."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like, "Meet at the little building or whatever. You bring the money, I got the stuff. Cool." I'm like, "All right, cool." So around this time, my car had broke down. I had just taken it to the shop, so I caught the bus up there. I really wanted this camera. I was catching the bus up there. When the bus ride it's not 5 minutes, but it's about 10. You know what I'm saying? Not too.
Yeah, 'cause it's not that far. So.
Yeah, a couple of and this was before they did the K-12 go through the mall type thing. So this joint just went straight down Penn Ave. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't really not a far ride at all. So I get there to the little building. I'm waiting for them. She pull up. She got her husband with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." She's pregnant, and she's not gonna have time to do photography no more. This and that kind of stuff. And so that's why she's selling the camera. And so, I could tell all Bucks he kind of took a liking to me. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Oh, nice little throwback jersey you got on." Everybody know I wear a bunch of jerseys and whatnot. But nice little throwback jersey you got on. You a cool dude, huh? I was like, "Yeah, I wear a lot of jerseys or whatever. I mess with it." It's like, "How you get up here? You drove?" I said, "No, I just put my car in the shop. Actually, yesterday I caught the bus or whatever." He's like, "For real?" And so when I was giving her the $450, and she was counting it, she gave me the camera bag, and I was checking and making sure all the stuff was in there, and then making sure the camera worked. He had took the money from her, and he gave me back $50. And he's like, "Yeah, you a cool little dude, man. Just give us 4. We good." You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, "Oh man, lifesaver. I appreciate y'all so much, young." It's like, "Yeah, make sure you take some good pictures." And to this day, I wish like I would have kept, through Craigslist, you reach out through emails, but it disguises your email so you don't know who you're really talking to.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish I could like see that couple. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 years later to just thank them so much, because so much has happened since then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like to this day I still be thinking about, like, every time I look at my camera bag, because she gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? Every time I look at my camera bag or the camera, and I'm just like, yo, like, I really appreciate them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
that's a real good story for real. So
yeah. So by him giving me the $50 back and then telling me I was a cool little dude, like, that kind of just like relit the flame of I know what I need to do. Like, listening to people really that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I got to get back to me, just doing what I do and not giving a fuck who like it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's when that whole process started of me, like, okay, I'm going to learn how to take super sharp pictures, and then I'm going to throw them on the computer and sharpen them up even more. You know what I'm saying? Or the pictures going to be colorful when I take them. I'm going to add color to them anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit's about to come out looking like a spectacle. And, from that point on up until now, that's just how my style is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the gist of that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Really good story.
Yeah.
And for the people who are listening, like, you guys are getting a heck of a treat for today. And like, kudos to you, my good sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for not letting everyone else dictate what you do.
Almost. Shout out to Benjamin Imogen, man.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Anthony, man.
You're going to hear his name a few times, man.
Right. Outside of the Tasha Mika shoot, was there any picture that you had taken before that Like anything.
With a camera?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Not at all.
Nope.
That's crazy. Like I remember when I had my first camera. Well, when I bought my camera, I would just
You did
randomly
like
take
trees
pictures
or
of stuff. Yeah.
I didn't do that. Like
That's wild.
It is. I thought about it because that's what Ant was saying. Ant was saying like catch you some birds or catch you some flowers or something like that. And I was like, nah, I just want my first picture to be of somebody.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I didn't. I mean, now after the Tasha Mika thing, I took pictures of flowers or squirrels in the backyard or something like that. And after that, when I was on like a 4-month hiatus, I was in the backyard shooting. I just wasn't doing like shoots. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. But nah, I wanted my first picture to be of somebody. That's why it is wild, but
it is like incredibly. Like I wasn't prepared for that answer.
Because it's like. Because I knew the overall goal was to be for people.
Okay.
So that's how I wanted to start off. I didn't, even though I trusted Ant in his process because I could see his work or whatever, I just didn't feel like me taking pictures of flowers was going to help me equate to taking good pictures of people. I get it now 4 years later, but at that time, because even though you don't know, you're not knowledgeable, us black people, we tend to have this mindset that, that don't make sense, so I ain't going to do it. Or I can cut the corner here. Nah, I'm going to just, because who knows? If I did take pictures of flowers and squirrels and shit like that, then by the time I got to Tasha Mika, that shoot wouldn't have been horrible. And then I wouldn't have got all that backlash. So that might have been a completely different outcome. But I also feel like I needed all that backlash because it helped me remind me of who I needed to be, along with that beautiful couple that sold me the camera stuff.
Okay. Definitely a good domino effect so far.
Yeah, so far.
So, the next question I have for you, at what point did you think to yourself, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this?
Oh, man. That's a good question because I don't know if I remember. I don't know, like, first and foremost, I don't think I've told myself that quite often.
Well,
so
okay, just when you were proud of your work, at least.
I want to say probably like summer or fall of 2019.
Okay.
So I think the summer, I think it was like August of 2019 when Tyrone had first took me and Julius, shout out Tyrone and Germs, to the street meet. So that was my first street meet that I went to.
Wait, is that the one where he took the picture of Jules on it, like that guy, like his little album cover?
Well, that was that day, but that picture came from Tyrone.
I know.
Yeah, so that day we was at a street meet when we took those pictures of Jew. Yeah.
Damn.
So, and for those that don't know, the street meet is just a event that these people from DC put together where photographers and models and videographers meet up and they network and exchange info, and you kind of get like a free demonstration opportunity to work with people that you don't know from the area. You know what I mean? So obviously I'm in this shell because we pulling up. This is a Fifth Street Market, DC. It's like a mini version of Graffiti Alley. You know what I mean? So now Tyrone has been to 4 or 5 of these, but this is my first time being at one. So you know how we grew up in our culture and our society. Mm-hmm. So we get out the car, and I'm talking to Jew and I'm talking to Tyrone. We got our cameras, and I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that all I got to do is walk up and start taking pictures And ain't nobody gonna think I'm weird. Ain't nobody gonna think I'm a creep. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. He's like, nah, bro, that's what this event for. I never been to nothing like this, so I'm like, all right, bro, you jive wilding right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, not about to walk up and take pictures of strangers and shit. But that's exactly what like street meat is. You know what I'm saying? It's like a colliding of various cultures in one spot, and you just working and networking. You know what I'm saying? So when I took pictures, I took so many pictures. Once I found out that's what it was, I took so many pictures at this event. Like, I think I took like 400 and something pictures. And I was editing them and I was posting them to Instagram. And when people was responding back, like, overwhelmingly, especially the models themselves, because, you know, their approval does matter.
Yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying? So once they were like overwhelmingly pleased with, oh, I want you to take pictures of me again and this and that, or how much you charge for this and this and that, that's when I was like, okay, so I can get what happened 2 years ago out of my mind now. Because it never got out my mind until that point. Because every shoot that I did, I was always like, man, I don't know if niggas gonna hound this joint. I don't know if niggas gonna, you know what I'm saying? Even though you know you're trying to build yourself to not caring, in the back of your mind it's still like, I don't know.
Yeah, it technically when you doing that, it's like you become your own worst enemy.
Facts, and that's very true. So once I got to that point, it's kind of like, this is kind of decent. So I know going forward, especially since we change cameras, because that kind of helps out with everything too. Because then the kind of stuff that they got out now is like my niece could be a photographer. You know what I'm saying? you know what I'm saying? And it's just
they put it on easy mode.
Yeah, the camera literally does so much for you. Like my newest camera, I got a Canon M50 Mark II.
Yeah, man, got fancy.
It's not fancy, but
fancy.
It's bro. It's like
fancy.
You put the autofocus now. The autofocus on my Canon 7D. It say it's three of us sitting right here on the couch. It's going to autofocus on one person. Other two people might be slightly blurry. On the new camera, it's going to focus on three people. Then it's going to ask me if I want to put a filter like on this video before you even record. Like an option for a filter, you black and white, monochrome, or you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like
they prepared.
Yeah, it's really scary. It's scary. And then you'll record something, or say I take a picture, and it'll be like, do you want to connect the Wi-Fi to send this to your phone? Do you want to send it to your computer, or do you just want to press X to exit out the option? And I'm like, damn, this don't really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, shit done came a long way. You know what I mean? Like. Definitely. Because my Canon 7D, that's 2009. The one I had, my newest camera, this is 2018 or 19, I believe. So it's one of those, it's fairly new. So I've never had nothing up to date. Everything's always been like a few years back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'll say 2019 was probably around the time where that happened.
It's actually another real good story.
Oh yeah, so everything got a reason, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just you don't just wake up and pick up a camera and then this magical stories just happen. Nah, everything, one thing lead to another. It's like a train, a little locomotive, pulling the first car, and the first car pulls the second car, and
so your story is kind of like watching the M. Night Shyamalan film. Twists and turns everywhere, and eventually it's going, swing back to something else.
Yeah, nah, that's really how life be, young. Like really be like, this happened, like you said earlier on the other one, just the domino effects, you know what I mean? That be real, You line up all the little dominoes, push the first one over, and the next thing you know, it's 100 feet down,
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the next question. Have you ever had a bad experience while doing photography? Like during the act of the photography portion of it, like taking the pictures. Have you ever had like a bad experience
Um,
that you can speak of?
Two. Yeah, I don't. One was my fault, and then one was like just you don't always deal with the nicest kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, One bad experience. I ended up that was my fault. I ended up trying to finessing the situation anyway, but I was my bro Kojo Cole Leon. He got his own clothing line, the Gassy clothing line. And he do like edibles and stuff like that. So shout out to him first and foremost. So he was paying me to do a shoot of him while he was wearing his clothes or whatever, and he wanted to go like to that street meat spot that I was just telling y'all about, the Union Market, the little graffiti alley. Because once people saw seeing I was posting pictures there, everybody was trying to act like, oh, where you was at? That shit looked tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And then everybody just started going there. So he wanted to go there and do a shoot, right? So he come pick me up or whatever, and we go down to the little spot, and I lie to you now. We pull into the alley. He cut the car off. He was like, yo, let me roll up and smoke right quick, then we can start the shoot. I'm like, all right, cool. So whenever everybody always does something before we start the shoot. Anybody I do a shoot with, we never get there and start the shoot. Everybody, like I swear to God, everybody does, whether it's smoking, drinking, make a phone call, like everybody does something before we start the shoot. So in the meantime, what I do is I get the camera and shit ready. So, bro, I put my camera out the bag, bro. The battery is blinking red.
Oh, God.
And I almost had a mini heart attack because I'm like, yo, this nigga just paid me for a 2-hour shoot. And slim. When the Canon 7D blink red, I got like 30 minutes now. So now, and he talk about he want like video clips and all of that.
Oh, man.
So I'm thinking like, I'm gonna have to tell him like we're gonna have to do videos another day because the videos will kill your battery.
It definitely will.
Yeah, it ain't pictures. It'll let you live a little bit with the pictures, but videos will like kill your battery. So, tidbit. This is also, since we speaking on videos, a difference between my new camera and my original camera. Mm-hmm. If I'm recording videos with my original camera and the battery goes dead, I won't have that video at all. With my new camera, it'll just stop recording, but I'll have that video up until the point that the battery goes dead, which I think is cool. So, but yeah, so my shit's blinking red. So now my heart just sinks. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, damn, we just enjoy like 20, 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like I could be like, yo, run me home right quick to get a new battery. Because at this time, I didn't have multiple batteries, just had one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm like, damn, I forgot to charge the battery. What the fuck was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? I got to be better, this and that. So then I'm like, damn, bro, my battery is about to go dead. I forgot to charge the junk. So we could do one or two things. You know what I'm saying? We could reschedule, or if you're willing to sacrifice the videos, I could just take a ton of pictures. You know what I'm saying? Up until this junk go dead, but we gonna have to like move. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he's like, I mean, yeah, I wasn't pressed about the videos anyway. We could just do a bunch of pictures. He's like, yeah, just let me finish smoking then. Yeah, well, I'm with whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we start the shoot, and one thing about me, I will admit, not to brag or anything, but I consider myself a very efficient shooter. So I don't need a lot of time to get a lot of good pictures. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I want to say about 15, 20 minutes in, I probably had like 60, 70 pictures. And so I know if I take 60 or 70 pictures, I know at least 50 of them going to be like that. You know what I mean? And so it went dead at that point. So I just was trying to see like what was what. So I would do stuff, take the battery out, put it back in, cut it back on. It'd be back flashing and shit. So I said, all right, let me take a couple more pictures to see what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? So he brought his bro with him, so I'm taking pictures of his bro. Got like another 10, 15 pictures, and then it went dead. So I said, all right, I wonder if it's dead, or can I just do this again? Take it out, put it back in. It's back blinking again. So I said, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? All right, we about to take some pictures then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Literally did that every 15 minutes. Just kept taking the battery out, putting it back in for the whole 2 hours. And then ended up getting like a couple hundred pictures, even though after like the blurries and stuff like that, he probably only got maybe 100 or whatever. But yeah, ended up getting like 200 pictures. You know what I'm saying? So I swore to myself. I said, damn, after today, I'm always going to make sure my battery charged. And if I am, I'm going to have, and if I don't, I'm going to have multiple batteries anyway. So that's why you see me with multiple batteries. And I'll always be hounding about having the battery charged and shit. Because I've been in a bad experience like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that the only one?
Nah, the other one was just working with this model, and they some models can be stuck up. So they ask, it's not what they want, it's how they ask for it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want like a certain package or something like that, that's cool. But you can't talk to me like you're just above me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you got to talk with like respect. So this is probably like late 2019. I'm working with this one model. I'm not gonna speak her name and shit. People might know her, people might not know her, but that's the beauty of me not speaking her name, is nobody's gonna know and shit. So, okay, get the motorcycles outside. So she asked me up to do this shoot, and 2019, I kind of feel like I'm in a gray area as far as photography goes. Like, now we've gotten past that awful first incident, and now I feel like I'm at the point where people can look at me and be like, you know, he's not really super sweet, but I think he's going to get there. So let me go work with him now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt like people was looking at me like 2019 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you were pretty much at a really good middle ground.
Yeah, like, yeah, the first couple of Jones was terrible, but he died like, all right now, you know what I'm saying? He getting better. Let me go work with him, you know. And then when he get like the way he at, he gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? So a model hit me up. She's like, yeah, I want to do something by the water, this and that. And I'm like, all right, cool. Make this arrangement. We meet at the spot, and you know, we're setting up, and she's like really complaining about everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a little too cool today. It's like, it's a little too windy, and other stuff that don't even really, oh, it's supposed to rain. Like, stuff, it ain't raining now. Like, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? So now, every time, I don't know how you do yours, but the average photographer, like, you take a couple of pictures, and then you go show the model what you got so far, and then you go back and take a couple of more. Like, she literally, like, wanted to see every picture as we took it. Every single one as we took it. So, I'm like, yo, this is mad, like, annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, to, like, kind of backtrack on a little bit,
mm-hmm.
I don't consider myself a photographer. So, I mean, but I do know what you mean. I take pictures, but that's like, I don't do that shit for real.
But even when we shoot, because you've done a couple of mines, like, the main thing I always tell anybody that I shoot with, if they're shooting me, is like, yo, I trust you. Take a bunch of pictures. Yeah, I have something in my head that I'm looking for, but you also have something in your head, and your stuff is good too. And if I don't see what I'm looking for, I'm just gonna be like, all right, let me go back and then take this one. You know how I do. Let me go back and just take this one more. You know what I mean? And that's just like how I felt like it should be, versus like, we about to take 100 pictures, so we're gonna keep walking back and forth 100 times. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't feel like being here today. I don't feel like doing this. I should have canceled this. I should have like did this and did that. And then it's just like, I mean, we can just stop now if you want to go so bad. You know what I'm saying? Now the pictures are turning out great, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like the interaction is just trash.
Yeah.
So that's just, ugh. I didn't. That's really the two only bad experiences I had. Photography is really a smooth shindig, you know.
Understandable, because when it comes to photography, it's an iffy playing field.
Right.
You don't know what you're going to get because you're interacting with people. You don't know how their personalities are going to be. And it's a whole bunch of what ifs.
Right.
Like going into that. So I completely understand where you're coming from. So I'm going to head into the next question.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your favorite moment that you've had while doing photography? Like, it doesn't have to be something like completely elaborate, but I would like to know at least one of your favorites.
I want to say probably the first wedding that I did.
All right.
Yeah.
Do tell.
I felt like that was a, so many things went into that, people that I didn't even know, like, I just so happened to be on Facebook one day and somebody knew somebody that was getting married. And you know how people just make the post on Facebook, make a random status like, yo, tag a photographer, you know what I'm saying? And then, it's 100 comments of everybody tagging 100 photographers, So a couple of people just happen to tag me. But I don't never pay no attention to those type of things because it's like, what's the odds? You know what I mean? So then, like, when the bride, she, like, DMs me and she was like, yeah, such and such recruited, such and such referred you to me or whatever. I checked your page out. I like your work. How much was you going to charge for this? How much you going to charge for that? And, the wedding's in 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. So after all the business part is taken care of, then it's just like, now I'm nervous. I'm nervous as fuck. Because this ain't no regular shoot.
Yeah, this is a big event.
This is a life-changing moment. You know what I'm saying? These people are trusting me to capture these life-changing moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So now I'm nervous as fuck because anything that people who's been telling me is good is out the window now because it's not a wedding. You know what I'm saying? Like, you standing outside under the sun and me getting a perfectly clear picture of you is one thing. I'm like, we're inside a venue and you're getting married. Like this is, I've never done this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never, I can't even tell you last time I even been to a wedding, let alone take pictures at one. You know what I mean? So it's like, getting there. Well, I could tell you I went to Mo's wedding. So, yeah, that's the thing.
That was a long time ago, too.
Yeah, it was like 6, 7 years ago. 8, 9. I can't remember. Sorry, Mo. But I was there. That's the only thing that matters. I was there.
I was there.
So that's the only thing that.
I apologize for him, Mo. Like, this is a bad look for him.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't doing photography when he got married, so it had to have been long. Ant was doing the photography there, matter of fact. Ant covered his wedding. Benjamin Imogen, again. People, go get that. Yeah, so Ant did the photography at his wedding or whatever. And yeah, so of course, I hit up Ant. Damn, I got a wedding to do, this and that. damn, bro, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna kill it. And I'm like, nah, so I ain't telling you to brag or nothing. Nigga, I need help, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I ain't come to you. I ain't come to you for that.
yeah, I ain't coming to you for the well wishes and all that. I need help, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm supposed to be capturing, what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just nervous right now.
I'm about to go against the Avengers. I need Thanos.
Yeah. He's like, nah, bro. I mean, he's like, what do you say? Pretend it's your way and capture the moments that you would want people to capture you. And so I was like, all right, that's some good advice. All right, I can take that. You know what I'm saying? That's reasonable. You know what I'm saying?
That's good advice for real.
Yeah. So I hit up my friend Janice. She's another photographer who like put me under her wing for a little while, and then taught me some stuff about photography and whatnot.
It's hers. It's her name backwards. It's SCJ.
Yeah, photography. Yeah. So, shout out to her. So she's been into photography, for years. Like I don't know, like 10, 11 years, something crazy. I don't know specifically, but something crazy. Yeah. So I met her at the one of our homeless outreaches in 2018. She's a friend of Darius, obviously. And she came out, and I used to, I'd take pictures at the homeless Jones or whatever. Mm-hmm. And, you do photography? And, I was like, nah, not really. Trying to get into it. Because after that Tasha Mika thing, anytime somebody would ask me, I would just say no. Even though I was doing shoots then, I would just say no. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I owe her a lot as well. So, I hit her up, and she was like, yeah, just make sure you get plenty of the bride and the groom. Group certain family members together. Like, you get all the parents together, or get all the siblings together, and you get all the grandparents together. Then you mix and match, and a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, that's cool. So now it's just like, all right, now I kind of know what I got to do. I'm just scared to death to do it. You know what I'm saying? And so the day comes, and I never forget, because the wedding was like early in the morning, like 9 a.m. or something like that. So I call out of work the night before, because I work overnight. So when I work overnight, I don't get off till 7. But that wasn't enough time to like go home and get ready, and I wasn't gonna bring all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I gotta go home, take a shower, put some casual clothes on. You at a wedding, I ain't about to show up with my work uniform on, taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? So I call out the night before. Couldn't even sleep for real.
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah, it's almost impossible to sleep.
Yeah, so I get to the little location, and I see like the groom. I didn't know he was the groom, but I see him, and he's standing like outside the little building, and I'm like, what's good, bro? I'm here to take pictures for such and such, and he sounded kind of nervous, you know what I'm saying? And this is what made me not nervous no more, cause he's nervous, like he's nervous, and he was like, oh yeah, you are a photographer, right? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm such and such, I'm the groom or whatever, and I was like, damn, why you out here by yourself? You know what I'm saying? You about to get married, you supposed to be on the inside prepping or talking and this and that. He's like, bro, it's a big decision right here, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, yeah, man, but you don't get too many chances at this, so you got one, take it, Slum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was like, nah, I mean, I'm gonna take it. I'm just saying, bro. That's why I'm out here getting this fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Damn, shit real. You know? So me seeing how nervous he was, that kind of made it all right for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, all right, cool. I can do this, And so then I'm like, all right, cuz you mind if I, since you out here by yourself, you mind if I go ahead and take a couple pictures of you? He's like, yeah, no problem, this and that. So I started off taking a couple pictures of him, and then she ended up like, not her, but her sister ended up coming out, and it's like, oh, you the photographer? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, everybody else on the inside. So when you get done with him, you could just come right on there and just sign a little paper and blah, blah, blah. So yeah. Ended up doing that jump for a couple of hours. Pictures turned out great. Yeah, that was like my favorite photography moment.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like that story. Like, this is actually one of the ones I have not heard before. So
Yeah.
again,
Yes.
I told you I was gonna learn something.
Yeah. The wedding. Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so this is my next question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider yourself, you in general, as photogenic?
No.
See, that was an easy question to answer.
Easy answer.
Yeah, easy question to answer.
Yeah.
Any
No.
particular reason why?
I'm ugly.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What happened to
What
having the average with handsome moments? What happened to that?
I'm average with handsome moments. That kind of feel like that's a politically correct answer. I'm average with handsome moments.
All right.
Man, I'm just ugly. Next question.
Damn. Next question.
Yeah, I'm not about to get in them type of stories.
Next question.
Them stories last all day. Yeah, people are gonna get to crying and all that shit.
Oh man! Oh, stop! Man. Stop! Why would you? Come on, man! Give yourself a little bit more credit.
I mean, I look. If I could, I would, man. But it's the way society's set up, man. I am what the people call ugly.
So it's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, cool with it though. You know what I'm saying. Little ugly duckling had a little happy ending to the story. You know what I'm saying. So I'm just waiting for that day. That's all.
It's all right, bro. It's all right. Now, we're going to get into the next question, man.
No, that's a quick one, y'all. That's a quick one.
Definitely a quick one.
We ain't got to elaborate on everything, y'all. You know what I'm
saying? Okay. So, how many models that you've worked with in particular have you had crushes on? Yeah, this is yeah, this is going to be difficult here.
It's not going to be difficult.
Oh, come on, bro.
It's not going to be difficult. I work with over 200 models. I probably had crushes on at least like 75 of them or something. Like, these chicks be, when I tell you these chicks be like pretty as heck with awesome personalities. Like, it makes you I had to reevaluate women because we grew up in such a culture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's such toxicity in our culture that you kind of got to develop like this kind of mindset where it's like one of the most popular catchphrases in society is, fuck bitches, get money. You know what I mean?
I'm glad I don't follow that.
Yeah, but that's like the one. You know what I'm saying? That's like a motto that a lot of guys live by. But it's like, you just go out and meet these chicks as black and white and purple. You know what I'm saying?
You found a Smurf?
Yeah, no, I'm bullshit. A black, white, Asian, and Indian, and just, I hate to say this, but even European, you know what I'm saying? But
white is European.
I know, but, the foreign European.
Don't matter. It's still European.
Like, because there could be regular white girls who are just American, and then there's like actually
European ancestry.
The accent.
The European American.
But I'm just saying the actual ones with the accent though, like hello.
So you talking about the British and the,
yeah, like that.
Well,
like
I knew what you were talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like I was just trying to be technical.
I know, but I'm just saying like it's a difference to me, so there's a difference technically, but
sort of.
Yeah, you just deal with like a bunch of females, and everybody from every place is just, not all of them, but a lot of them just they're like nice, they're comforting, hit me up anytime, we can talk, we can be friends, we can go out, and it's just like,
isn't that adorable?
Slim, don't tell me nothing like that. I want to go out with all y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah. Like even
go ahead, put the bear mask on.
Yeah, like even now it's just like I have a few crushes that I met like from the street meets. Granted they don't always like you back. I get that.
Well, obviously.
But like I told you the other day, you know, the more chicks you like, the better your odds of more liking you back. Now, if I go out there liking 5 chicks, the odds of like all 5 chicks liking me, that's going to be low, and maybe 1 out of 5 will like me. But if I go out there liking 1,000 chicks, you know, 100 might like me back. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, fellas, you just want to increase your odds. It's all about analytics, y'all. I tell y'all this all the time.
Unless you're naturally handsome, and then it's different.
Well, yeah. Well, the average fellas, just for y'all then. Use analytics, man.
Yeah.
Like, use numbers,
If Mark was here, he'll try and combat that, but
he ain't here. And plus, it's about me right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But, yeah, that
maybe
man,
Mark will get his own segment.
he might. But, yeah, that's my thing. I've had crushes on plenty of the models.
Anyone in particular?
I don't want to name drop, but, yeah. I mean, you see me. I you see my profile pictures. I be like,
Woman Crush Wednesday.
Yeah, women. It's oh my God, it's just so beautiful, so nice and beautiful. It's just, you know, because it's like, you know what it feels like. It feels like, I remember like years ago, I used to like this good girl. She was a good girl, like a church girl and stuff like that, but she wouldn't talk to me because I was too urban or thuggy, as she said. And, you know, when you talk to females like that, it's like you kind of escape reality for a little bit because you're entering like their world and you're not in your hectic world. You know what I'm saying?
Understandable.
Yeah, so it's like I'm enjoying this time that we're spending together because it's like it's stable, it's cool, it's calm, it's collected, it's a good time. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, but you know, I got to go back to this hectic environment, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that, just that escape from reality is just like it's cool, but eventually, you know, I just got to come back to this. So yeah,
Make it seem like it's that bad.
it's not bad, but we don't have a lot of good girls here.
Come on, man. You can't generalize.
I'm not. You're right.
And you're just so used to it. You're so used to the females that's around here that you put them all into one box. Can't do that. It's bad enough that we do it to each other all the time. Come on, man. Don't add fuel to the fire.
He said don't add food to the fire.
I mean, honestly, yeah, just don't add the fuel.
You're right.
But this is the last question because technically you answered quite a few of mine within your stories.
That's cool.
So
I like telling the stories.
yeah, man. Hey, should have been on Reading Rainbow, my man.
Hey man,
The Hillmar version, Reading Rainbow.
If it was out now, I'd apply.
Hey, you can make it.
Nah, they might sue me.
Why not?
Reading Rainbow.
You don't have to be Reading Rainbow. It could be Teddy reading or something like that.
Reading Hillmar or
Yeah.
because I feel like
Reading Hill.
yeah, because I feel like that rainbow thing is kind of, you know, they kind of
Yeah, it's iffy now.
kind of belongs to other people.
Yeah,
now,
it's iffy
you know?
now. You can't
know,
use that now.
Yeah, the '90s rainbows was completely like normal, and you know, but now it's kind of like a representation of, you know, our good friends at another community. So
Trying to be as politically correct as possible.
yeah, I don't have a problem with those people. So
Hey,
just saying that Reading Rainbow will be something completely different nowadays. That's all.
I definitely would. So you don't want anybody saying, "Oh, bro, what you on?"
What kind of rainbows you reading? Yeah, they're reading Hillmar or something like reading Forestville or something like that. You know.
I think it'll work. So, our final question,
Okay.
and it's actually a good one.
Okay.
So, do you see yourself doing photography in your later years, roughly in your 70s or so?
Hell no.
Why not?
First of all, I'm 32. I don't see me doing photography at 40.
Why?
I'm not like. This was never a long-term thing for me anyway. Like, one of the main reasons, like I was telling about Ant, like Ant was telling me he started, it was because it was a good outlet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons that I do it. One of the main reasons I do it is just to have an outlet. So this was never like I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, or I'm going to excel at being a photographer. Because then I would be like, if you notice, I don't try to go work at a photography studio. I don't try to go make my own studio. Technically, we have that, but it's not like for conventional photography. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that never was like the goal. And I had people ask me that all the time, like, "Yo, you should make your own little studio and this and that." And I'm like, nah, it ain't. You know, everybody always thinks about what can make you the most money when you do something, and that's not why I did this. Yeah, I get paid for it now, yeah, but at the same time, I want to keep it as fun as possible until that runs out, and then when that runs out, is just gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of things that's wrong with a lot of people is because they don't have a lot of fun. Because every time somebody discover that they're good at something, they got to turn it into a business. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, we technically do that.
we do, but we also still have fun. So it's like other people they don't, everything that they discover they're good at has to be a business. And then you don't have fun no more. Because I don't know if people notice this, but running a business is not fun.
It can be.
I mean, if you trying to like make money and you got to be super serious, because everybody not doing like comedy and everybody, you know what I'm saying, like photography and stuff like that. It could be other things that it's not really it maybe be fun in the meantime, but the more you trying to grow your business, the more pressure gets added on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, so it's like that was never like, this was strictly supposed to be a hobby so I can have fun. So I can, I'm nigga working 50, 60 hours a week, and, you dealing with your family and the rigors of just being a regular black man in on earth. You know what I'm saying? So
this existing is turmoil in its own.
Yeah, so
Gift and the curse, being a black man.
Yeah.
Or being black in general.
Facts. So it's just like, you need as many outlets as possible, and this is just an outlet for me. So, yeah, like I said, I would be surprised. I would be shocked to still be doing photography. Actually, I would be shocked to still be doing photography in another 3 years, technically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
I feel like, 2017, I was about 28. Yeah, I didn't even think I would be doing photography this long. I thought it would be like a 2-3 year window, and I can already feel myself, like the structure I kind of want to take, another year maybe of going hard, and then you just peel back, little pop out here and there with this, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the superstars in the league get old. They don't be playing 40 minutes a night no more. You just, you see LeBron, he coasting, and then when you need him in the fourth quarter, he just going, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We'll have like a Jamal Crawford moment in there where you drop 50 out of nowhere.
I mean, kind of like that, but I like to use like LeBron and them, because them niggas win championships. Jamal Crawford ain't,
I mean, but you said you wanted to fall back. Like, that's falling back for real.
But LeBron's falling back though, and he's still winning championships. That's the analogy. Like Jordan was getting old, but still doing three-peats. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan was on his way out the league winning championships. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga was quitting and won a championship, like won 3 in a row. So I'm like that's why I use them, because that's how I want to, like, this nigga, oh damn, he's super like that. And then it's just like, yeah, this is my last photo shoot, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless I come back with the Wizards or something. No.
So it's going to be like a Jay-Z retirement.
Nah, it's going to be a real retirement. It ain't going to be like, unless my circumstances like his, where it's just, I got this camera, and then, I'm like, all right, I'm going to stop doing photography. And then somebody just blessed me with like a top of the line camera. You know what I'm saying? Then I ain't got no choice but to, all right, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm back. But I don't see that happening. So, nah, this is.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know. Like, I don't. I don't know. I just don't. It's fun, but it's just like it's not. I know this is not gonna last forever. Like I'm thinking the rest of this year, and maybe the rest of this year, and maybe sometime like early next year, and then I'm gonna be super part timey with it. Super part time it.
Okay, that's cool. So, a little side question:
hmm
what do you see yourself doing then, outside of the photography?
what like hobby wise or just like
No, just whatever endeavors you are actually going to be like pushing, like trying to move forward with, like whatever you get into. What do you see yourself doing?
um over the next couple of years, honestly, I really see me trying this acting thing because
I kind of guessed.
yeah, acting is kind of I don't know, it's kind of growing on me. It's like something I never had a passion or nothing for acting, but lately I've had a passion for it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I want to say like we started doing the comedy skits and stuff early 2020.
Yep, that January.
Um, then COVID happened and the quarantine stuff. So probably like I want to say last fall, so fall 2020. I want to say, whenever we decided that we would just go like, you know how everybody hadn't seen each other in months and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
and then we started seeing each other. Whenever we decided to start seeing each other, it made me appreciate like the work that we was putting there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was the big reason, and then side reasons was like how we talked before about just us posting content and people that's been in TV shows or people that's been on TV, people that's in Hollywood, like reacting to our stuff.
Hey, you talking about the Power Rangers episode?
Yeah, them. So it's like that. That's just like they like what we doing and they've been to the mountaintop. So that lets me know that we could go to the mountaintop if we wanted to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So little stuff like that, it kind of just, you know, lit a little fire. I like the acting thing.
See, that's exactly what I was expecting to hear,
hmm
because I've seen a heck of a lot more passion out of you when it came to like your acting than I have as far as like your photography.
Yeah.
Because as of recent, it's been more like I know you do the TikTok videos and stuff like that, and you seem a lot happier doing that than you do with the whole photography thing.
Yeah. Photography's fun. It's just more fun doing skits.
Hmm?
It's more I just like there's no pressure when you're doing like acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because for the most
get
part,
it.
we doing comedy skits, so there's no pressure to be funny.
Yeah, because technically you're building off of what you already have.
Right. So photography is like it's fun, but there's just added pressure that just isn't in comedy or just isn't with TikTok or just isn't with the other stuff. Because I have to, although I love taking pictures, I have to take good pictures, especially pictures that people are paying for. You know what I mean? So I have to worry about like if I don't get a certain amount of good pictures, if somebody gonna come on my page and leave a bad review, and somebody gonna leave, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. That's why I was saying earlier about the whole turning everything you're good at into a business is kind of like
I mean, eventually it's gonna have to be that if you want to keep doing it.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean, just cross that bridge when we get to it because I'm not gonna never do nothing I don't have a passion for. So if I get all the way to Hollywood and this shit gets tough and it's not fun no more, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be one of the ones that just lose myself because I really wanted to do this. No, it has to be fun too. You know what I'm saying? So You know, I'm cool being the person that could come back here and be like, oh yeah, I had a chance to go to Hollywood. It's right there. They just wanted me to do something I wasn't willing to do. So, you know, I'm back here. Like I'm cool being that person. I'm not gonna never regret nothing because at the end of the day, you know, your conscience and your soul is all you have. So,
All right, good way of putting it.
yeah,
And also a great way to end this off because that was actually my last question. And to be honest, learned a lot today.
yeah,
Greatly appreciate the time that you took to tell us all great stories and give us more of an inside look of Teddy.
yeah. No problem, man. Y'all will come back anytime, y'all. Y'all come back now, yeah.
So
Ted clamp it, man.
shut up, bro. Shut up. But that has been another Breaking the Narrative podcast, BTN for short. I am Tony,
I'm Teddy.
and we out of here.